Yes, welcome my dear friends. Welcome to the new chapter of the Math School by Manu. Yes, your board exams are almost there, Feb 17, right? And yes, as you all know, it's max in the beginning. Almost how many days you got? Almost 3 months, approx 3 months. Where almost 20 days goes for your what? Model exam, another 20 days goes for your pre-board exam. So you all are struggling to learn maths, and yes, I'm here to help you all out. In this class we'll learn about the trigonometry, introduction to trigonometry. You know, from board exam point of view, almost 6 to 7 marks are allotted only for this chapter, introduction to trigonometry, and another 6 to 7 marks are allotted for applications of trigonometry. So as a bundle of 14 marks is allotted for only these two chapters. Oh my god, yeah, only these two chapters, right? So here we look into the chapter trigonometry. Before that, my friends, why do we learn trigonometry? Trigonometry is actually a relation, the study of a relation between the three sides and the three angles of a triangle. But here in your class 10th, you're learning it all about a right triangle. The three sides, three angles relation with respect to a right triangle. Okay? Yes. Now, you might all think, sir, it's a difficult chapter. No, it's not difficult at all. Okay, so in this class we'll learn about the identities, the trigonometric values, the trigonometric ratios, the reciprocals, and the most important board exam questions from your class 10th NCERT textbook. Yes. Okay, so while I move to the chapter trigonometry, do you all know that approx 3000 to 4000 years before, during that time, how did the navigators or sailors find how much distance they'll have to travel, my dear friends? Did they have Google Maps? No. Did they have any other technology that can be used to travel? No, nothing was discovered, isn't it? There was no Google or no Apple Maps or nothing, right? Yes. So 3000 to 4000 years before, these people, what they did is they had binoculars with them. They spot the star, they spot the sun, they spot the shadows, and using all those kind of things they find the distance they'll have to travel. It was back then Mr. Hipparchus. He's known as the father of trigonometry, my dear friends. He found the relation between the three sides and the three angles that we are going to learn now. Okay. Now, before moving on to the chapter, let's look into some of the applications. Where do we use trigonometry in our day-to-day life? Do you all know that in Google Maps you use trigonometry? Did you all know? No, right? In Google Maps we use trigonometry. While constructing a bridge we use trigonometry. In astronomy we use trigonometry. In rocket science too, at some points we have to use trigonometry. So basically, as far as the technology is concerned, trigonometry is used at somewhat almost every parts. Okay. Yes. Now we'll move into the chapter properly. You all getting bored, right? Yes, I know. We'll move to the chapter. So we'll look at a right triangle initially. Okay, we'll look at the right triangle initially. When you look at the right triangle initially, look here. It's a right triangle. Yeah, ABC. It's a right triangle ABC. Okay. Now in this right triangle ABC, do you all know that which is the angle B here? Which angle should I take angle B? Yeah, angle B is known as the 90-degree angle. Okay, angle B is known as the 90-degree angle. And as far as a right triangle is concerned, opposite of right angle, we have the longest side. AC is known as the longest side. Okay, AC is known as the longest side. So basically, AC is known as what? AC is known as the hypotenuse. AC is known as the hypotenuse. Now listen. If this, look here. You have, this is the ground. Okay, and on the top there is a building. Okay, below the building you have a floor called as the basement. You have the side known as the basement, right? Okay, so I'll just move aside. Yeah, you have the side known as the basement over here. Okay, now here you have the basement, right? So basically if you look at here, above the basement you have the building. Okay, above the basement the building stands, so that is why this is known as the base. Now if you look at our hypotenuse, everyone, if you look at our right triangle, everyone, on the top of side BC, the right triangle stands. So basically we'll have to take BC as the base. Okay, and what is AB called? AB is called as the altitude. This is known as the altitude. Okay, so you'll all have to know this before moving on to this very beautiful chapter. Okay, now listen here. Here one particular angle we are forced to take theta. Okay, before that, look here. This is a 90-degree angle, right? This is a 90-degree angle. Okay, everyone. Angle C and angle A. Angle C and angle A are called acute angles. Angle C and angle A are called acute angles. Why do we call them as acute angles? Any idea? Why do we call angles as acute? It is because they have angle less than 90 degrees. Okay, so in trigonometry, these acute angles can be called as theta. Okay, these acute angles can be called as theta. I can call angle C as theta. Why do we call theta? Can I call angle C as minus? No. Theta is a Greek word and usually mathematicians use that to represent angle. Okay, so like in polynomials you learned alpha, beta, gamma. Now here we learn theta as one of the angles that you have to take for acute angles, either for angle A or either for angle B. Sorry, angle C. Okay, so here I can take angle C as theta or I can take angle A as theta. It's up to me. Okay, or if it is mentioned in the question, sometimes it will be mentioned in the question, or sometimes it's up to us. We can take angle A or angle C as theta. Okay, my dear friends. Yes. So now in trigonometry we have 6 trigonometric ratios. Okay, we learn about 6 trigonometric ratios and their reciprocals. Okay, we learn about 6 trigonometric ratios and their reciprocals. We have a Telegram group pinned to the description. If you can log in into that Telegram group, you'll get all the notes. Okay, I'll be posting the important question from each chapter, the MCQs, as well as the notes of live streaming class and the notes of the recorded class. Everything will be shared through our Telegram group, and I can guarantee you that this is the most valuable thing right now for you. Okay, so do not forget to, and always subscribe to the channel to get more information about your class 10th boards. Okay, as long and in the future we'll moving on to the class 11th. Next year we'll be starting with class 11th, and after next year when you move to 12th we'll be starting with class 12th also. So right now if you can subscribe, that's the best resource you can get for class mathematics or mathematics subject. Yeah. Now here we learn about 6 trigonometric ratios. Okay, initially you will have to know 3 trigonometric ratios. The 3 trigonometric ratios are as follows. Okay, we have sine. Sine, its reciprocal is cosine. Cosecant, not cosine. I was just testing you all. Okay, sine, cosecant. Then we have what? Cosine, its reciprocal is secant. Then we have tangent and its reciprocal is cotangent. Okay, so basically these are the 6 trigonometric ratios. What is it? Sine, reciprocal cosecant, cosine, reciprocal secant, tangent, reciprocal cotangent. Okay, now these are the 6 trigonometric ratios, and at the same time, my dear friends, they have a short form. What is it? They have a short form to represent, and the short form is as follows. Listen here. Okay, the short form is as follows. for sine, cosine, for sine, how do we represent? Yes, look at here. SIN. Okay, then for cosecant, we represent cosec. Then what we have? Cosine, we represent cos. Reciprocal secant, we represent sec. Tangent, we represent tan, and its reciprocal cotangent, we represent cot. So these are the 6 trigonometric functions that you'll have to know. 6 trigonometric functions. Now, sine, cosine, tan, secant, cosecant, cotangent. Okay, so we take an angle with respect to all these trigonometric functions. Okay, we take an angle with respect to them, and that angle is known as what? Theta. So we call sine theta, cosec theta, cos theta, sec theta, tan theta, and cot theta. Okay, so basically these are the 6 trigonometric ratios you will have to know, functions that you will have to know. And now what we are going to learn is, we are going to learn the reciprocals of each. Listen, we are going to learn the reciprocals of each. Sorry. We are going to learn the trigonometric reciprocals. Okay, so moving on to reciprocal, listen here, very important. The reciprocal of sine theta is always cosec theta, which I can write it as 1 by cosec theta. I can write this as 1 by cosec theta. Yeah. Now cosec theta reciprocal is what, my dear friends? Its reciprocal is 1 by sine theta. Okay, sine theta reciprocal, cosec theta reciprocal, sine theta. Now cos theta reciprocal is what? Cos theta reciprocal is sec theta. So I can write 1 by sec theta. And sec theta reciprocal is what, my dear friends? Sec theta reciprocal is 1 by cos theta. Okay, 1 by cos theta. Now tan theta reciprocal is 1 by cot theta, and cot theta reciprocal is 1 by tan theta. So basically you will have to know all these trigonometric ratios. Okay, you will have to know this reciprocals basically. So sine 1 by cosec, cosec 1 by sine, cos 1 by sec, sec 1 by cos, tan 1 by cot, cot 1 by tan. So you will have to know the 6 trigonometric reciprocals. Okay, now before that, moving to the next one, we have a special formula for tan theta and cot theta. Okay, very important, especially when you're moving on to the identities, trigonometric identities topic, my dear friends. You will have to know this. Tan theta, we have a special formula. The special formula for tan theta is, listen here, I can write tan theta is equal to sine theta by cos theta. Tan theta is equal to sine theta by cos theta, and at the same time its reciprocal cot theta, how can I write? Its reciprocal cot theta, how can I write, my dear friends? Look here. Sine theta by cos theta is tan. So reciprocal means ulta bulta. What is it? Cos theta by sine theta. Okay, so we have cos theta by, yes, sine theta. So very important. You guys will have to know this. These 6 trigonometric reciprocals and the special formula for tan and cot, you will have to know this. So if you have a notebook, okay, so before moving on to the next topics, everyone, after this video you will have an important question, board exam questions video. 10 questions I'll be solving it out, very important. Okay, I'll be sharing the notes in my Telegram group. At the same time, you'll be getting materials for board exams for your mathematics into our Telegram group, so do not forget to subscribe on that. Okay, so now before moving on to the chapter, we'll learn one more formula. Okay, one more formula based on trigonometric ratios based on sides, and that is where we actually start the chapter. Okay, so always keep your maths note neat. So I can give you a tip. So basically, when you sit for study now, maybe from 1 week and all, you'll be almost spending 6 hours in your study table. So keep the study table neat. Okay, and I'll be sharing your mathematics formula paper in our Telegram group. So take a printout of that and paste it in front of your wall, in front of your study table, so that each time when you look onto it, one or the other ways the formulas gets directly implanted onto your head. Okay, it will be very beneficial for you. Okay, so this is a time where you'll have to strategically strategize your learning. Okay, make a study plan, make a calendar. Okay, basic, not a calendar, a study plan like this. I'll help. Look here. Okay, so write down here max, science, social, day one here, day 7 I have to finish real numbers and polynomials. That's your objective. So day 1 I finished what, prove that root 2 is irrational, then HCF and LCM formula, then polynomials, relation between zeros and coefficients. Okay, so make a plan like this, strategically learn everything. So it's not compulsory that before your board pre-boards you have to learn all the 14 chapters. No, don't do that. If you're learning a chapter, make it thorough. Spend time, my dear friends. Okay, that will only help you. You might think, oh my god, the board exams are so near, I have to finish the 14 chapters all of a stretch. Do not do that. Okay, so when you sit for studying, take a particular chapter. If you have your notes, you can go through the notes, or I can share the notes in my Telegram group. Okay, you can watch my video. I'll be sharing the 14 chapters video in this group, in this YouTube. So spend 1 or 2 hours into that video, understand the concept, do the important questions from your textbook. So spend time, like when you learn a chapter, focus on it. Do not jump into the second chapter, third chapter like that. Okay, yes, sorry, I got deviated. Yeah, now my dear friends, yes, now listen here. I'll take a right triangle. Say ABC. Okay, now if I take a right triangle ABC, here we have two acute angles. Which are the two acute angles? Angle A and angle C. So one of the acute angles I'll take it as theta. Okay, okay, when theta is angle C, I'll show you something. Okay, so with respect to theta, listen, with respect to theta, okay, is there any change in the hypotenuse? No, because the side opposite to the 90-degree angle, we always call it as the hypotenuse. So here we have AC as the hypotenuse. AC as the hypotenuse. Now my dear friends, just have a look here. If you have theta, this is the opposite. This is called the opposite, right, my dear friends? This is called the opposite, and this is called as the adjacent. When do you call adjacent building? When two buildings, look here, when two buildings are next to each other, when two buildings are next to each other, we call them as adjacent buildings, right? We call them as adjacent buildings. So yes, if you look at here, if you take this as theta, okay, my dear friends, this you call as the adjacent side. Why? Theta and side BC are next to next, right? So that is why we call that as BC as the adjacent side. And same way, opposite to theta, what you have? You have AB. Opposite of theta, what you have, my friends? You have AB. So AB is called as what? AB is called as the opposite side. You call this as opposite side. Now listen. If I change theta value, my question is, if I change theta value, will my adjacent and opposite side change? Shall we have a look over here? If I take another triangle, look here my dear friends. Okay, I have the hypotenuse as AC. Now look here, if I take theta as angle A, wait, if I take theta as angle A, how about my adjacent side? What would my adjacent side be? If this is theta, adjacent side should be AB, right? Look here, in our previous method, if I take theta as angle C, adjacent will be BC. Now if I take theta as angle A, what is the adjacent? Adjacent will be what? AB. This is called as the adjacent side. Okay, now at the same time, look here, what is BC called? BC is called as the opposite side, right? So BC is called as the opposite side. Adjacent side and opposite side. So look here, if we both look at these two triangles, as our theta value changes, okay, as our theta value changes, the triangle's adjacent side and opposite side will also change. So you will have to know this, because at board exams, without knowing this, if you go, basically you'll have confusion. There are some questions that you will have to draw the triangle on your own and take theta as your wish. In such a scenario, there will be confusions and that tend to lose marks. Moreover, more than marks, you lose your valuable time. Okay, so be careful. Now we'll take the above triangle. Okay, we'll take the above triangle. When you look at the above triangle, you will need to know this. Okay, it's always better to learn it by heart. Okay, so the trigonometry ratios. Sin theta is always opposite side by hypotenuse. Always keep in your mind, sin theta is always opposite side of angle theta. Which is the opposite side of theta? That you have to take it as the numerator. So if you look at sin theta, opposite of theta is what? AB. So you can write AB by hypotenuse is AC. Now listen, its reciprocal is what? Cosec theta. Okay, you all know that sin theta reciprocal is cosec theta. So what will cosec theta value be? Okay, what will cosec theta value be? Cosec theta is reciprocal of sin theta, right? So sin theta opposite by hypotenuse means reciprocal will be what? Hypotenuse by opposite side, which is AC by AB. This is how you understand the trigonometric ratios based on sides. Now moving on to the next trigonometric ratio. We'll take cos. Okay, cos theta is always adjacent side by cos theta is always adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side of what you have to take? Adjacent side of theta. Okay, you have to take adjacent side of theta. Adjacent side you have to take it as BC. So that implies BC by what is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse you took it as AC. Now what is the reciprocal of cos theta? What is it? Just think, what is the reciprocal of cos theta? Any idea? Any idea, my dear friends? It's sec theta, right? Cos theta reciprocal is sec theta. So when you take sec theta, how would it be? Sec theta is always hypotenuse by adjacent side, right? Sec theta is always hypotenuse by adjacent side. What is the reciprocal of BC by AC? AC by BC. So we are done with sec theta also. Okay, now the next important trigonometry ratio is tan theta. So you all know, my dear friends, tan theta what? Tan theta we had a formula sin theta by cos theta, right? Tan theta we had a formula sin theta by cos theta. If you simply listen, if you simply divide opposite by hypotenuse and adjacent by hypotenuse, hypotenuse cancel, you have the new trigonometric ratio opposite side by adjacent side. Okay, so sin theta is opposite by hypotenuse, cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. If you divide both these fractions, you get tan theta as what? Opposite side by adjacent side, opposite side of theta and adjacent side of theta. So theta's opposite is what? AB. So I can write AB by what can I write? BC. Now cot theta is what? Reciprocal, adjacent by opposite, which is BC by AB. Yes, that's your trigonometric ratios based on sides. My dear friends, you will have to learn this. Okay, we have some basic mnemonics to learn this. If you want, I can write that also. I'll write it on the right side. Some old horse came and hit the old aunt. Look here, if you look at here, some old horse, oh you can't see, fine, 1 second, yeah. If you look at here, some old horse represents what? Some old horse, some old represents, some represents sin, equal to O represents old, horse represents hypotenuse, sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Okay, then same way, came and hit means what? Cos theta equal to, and means what? Adjacent, and hit means hypotenuse. Cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. The old aunt means what? The means tan. Tan is equal to old means opposite, aunt means adjacent. You can learn like this also, but it is not advised to learn like this. If you can't understand better, you can learn like this. Okay, but I do not promote. Oh my god, my dear children, my dear friends, do not write this for exam. My sir taught me, in YouTube sir taught me, some old horse came and hit the old aunt. Do not write for your exam, teacher. Definitely, okay, if you want, you can write at the back side, somewhere in the working column you can write. Okay. Well, the next question from exercise 8.1 is your 10th one. It's a very important question from board exam point of view. It's a very important question. Okay, so the question is as follows. In triangle PQR, right angled at Q, PR plus QR equals 25 centimeter and PQ equals 5 centimeter. Determine the values of sin P, cos P and tan P. So basically, it's even though it's a textbook question, from exam point of view, it's very important 2 marks question. Okay, so what we'll have to do in this type of questions is, as I told you before, you'll have to draw the triangle in the initial way. Okay, you'll have to draw the right angle triangle. So look at here. Okay, so 1 second. Yeah, so when you draw the right angle triangle, this is right angle triangle, and where is angle 90 degree formed? The 90 degree formed at angle Q. Okay, so angle Q equals 90 degree, and you have been asked to find with respect to angle P, right? So P we can take as the lower angle. So even if you take P as the upper angle, no problem, but we'll take it as lower angle. P, Q and R. Okay, so based on sides, you have one property, is the Pythagoras property. So you'll have to solve using Pythagoras property, there is no other way. But look here, when you use the Pythagoras property, what is it? PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square by Pythagoras property. Okay, so here what all values are given? You are given the value of PQ as 5 centimeter. So PQ as 5 centimeter, I denote it down. Okay, PQ as 5 centimeter, I'll note it down. Now listen, instead of PQ I can write as 5 the whole square. What is it? Instead of PQ I can write 5 the whole square. But here in this question, do we know PR? Do we know QR? Is PR and QR known to us? No. PR and QR, we do not know what the values are. So what we'll do, we'll look for a relation. That relation is given in the question. PR plus QR equals 25 centimeter. So PR plus QR equals 25 centimeter is given, which I can rewrite as PR equal to 25 minus QR. What did I do here? I rewrote PR as 25 minus QR, and this PR value I'll put it in the Pythagoras. Okay, instead of PR I can put it as 25 minus QR, isn't it? Look here, PR equal to 25 minus QR we are aware of. Now what to do? Instead of this PR I can put it as 25 minus QR the whole square and expand using which identity algebraic? A minus B the whole square. So this I can rewrite as how? I can rewrite as, listen, 25 minus QR the whole square equal to PQ square plus QR square. Okay, now that implies, what is 25 minus QR the whole square? A square minus 2AB plus B square. So 25 the whole square minus 2 into 25 into QR plus QR the whole square equal to what we have? PQ square plus QR square. That implies, how can I write? I can write as 625 minus 50 QR plus QR square equal to PQ square plus QR square. Now from LHS and RHS, listen everyone, QR square and QR square can be cancelled, because even though if I bring QR square towards right, it becomes QR square minus QR square, which will already become 0. So that implies, how can I write? 625 minus 50 QR equal to what happened? 25 minus QR, PQ square. PQ square we know it is 5, right? So that is equal to 25. Okay, so minus 50 QR equal to, bring 625 towards right, it becomes 25 minus 625. So what you guys will be getting here, minus 50 QR is equal to minus 600. Negative negative cancel, 0 0 cancel. So QR equal to 60 by 5, you are getting as 12 centimeter. So listen everyone, so you are getting what? QR equal to 12 centimeter. Now what to do? If you know QR, you can find PQ from that yellow shaded you can find PR. PR is equal to 25 minus QR. So that implies, what is it? PR equal to 25 minus QR. That is same as 25 minus 12. You have 13 centimeter. So QR you are getting it as 12 centimeter. PR you are getting it as 13 centimeter. Now therefore what can you find? You are asked to find sin P, cos P and tan P, right? So what is sin P value, cos P value and tan P value? Isn't it easy? Sin P is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, which you have 12 by 13. Sin P is equal to 12 by 13. Cos P is adjacent by hypotenuse, which is 5 by 13. Tan P is what? Opposite by adjacent, that is 12 by 5. This is how you find this answer. It's a very important question from your board exam point of view. Okay, so what did we do initially? We applied Pythagoras property. Then what did we do? We brought from this relation given the question, we brought QR towards right. So 25 minus QR, and that PR value 25 minus QR, you put it in the equation of the Pythagoras property, which will get you the final answer, isn't it? Now similarly listen, Yes, you have another question, example 5, similar, they're exactly the same. So we'll solve this one also. Now in triangle OPQ, right angle at P. So you're having a right angle triangle. You're having a right angle triangle, and it is which is a right angle at P. So you have P here, you have O here, you have Q here. Okay, then OP is 7 centimeter. So this is given as 7 centimeter, and what to do? OP minus PQ is given as 1 centimeter. Listen here, everyone. OP minus PQ is given as 1. So that implies, how can write? OP is equal to 1 plus PQ. So this relation is what you will have to put it in the Pythagoras property. Am I clear, my dear friends? Okay, so that implies, applying Pythagoras, OQ square is equal to OP square plus PQ square by Pythagoras property. So what is OQ? Do we know OQ value? OQ we do not know. Do we know OP minus PQ? Okay. Do we know OP value? Yes, OP value is known to us, 7 square. What is PQ? Did I go wrong anywhere? OQ square is equal to OP square plus PQ. OP minus PQ is equal to 1 centimeter. I think somewhere we went wrong. 1 second. I think the question we went wrong. The question we went wrong. OQ minus PQ. Just a minute. This is actually not OP. It's actually becoming as OQ. My mistake. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay. So you can write here OQ yes. Now look here, everyone. Instead of OQ you can write as 1 plus PQ. So OQ square you can rewrite as what? 1 plus PQ the whole square equal to 7 square plus PQ square. So 1 plus PQ the whole square you can expand using which identity? A plus B the whole square, right? So A plus B the whole square means what? A square plus 2AB plus B the whole square. That is equal to 7 square is 49. 49 plus PQ square. From LHS and RHS, PQ square gets cancelled. So ultimately what you have? 1 plus 2 PQ is equal to 49. And 2 PQ is equal to what? 49 minus 1. 2 PQ is equal to 48. And PQ is equal to 48 by 2. You have 24 centimeter. So what did we get here? We got the value of PQ as 24 centimeter. It's not at over. Is a question over? No. You have been asked to find sine Q and cos Q, right? So if you have PQ, I can find OQ from this relation. I can find OQ from there. So that implies, what is OQ? OQ is equal to 1 plus 24, that is 25 centimeter. Okay, everyone. So we are aware of what? We are aware of the values of the side. OQ I'll write 25 in the figure, and PQ I can write 24 in the figure. Okay, now find the values of what? Sine Q. Sine Q is equal to opposite side of angle Q divided by hypotenuse. What's the opposite side of angle Q? OP, which is 7 centimeter, right? Oh, I'm sweating, it's too hot. 7 centimeter divided by hypotenuse is what? 25. And cos Q is what? Opposite of angle Q, sorry, adjacent of angle Q. So 24 by 25. These are your values. Okay, so from trigonometric ratios, these are the some important questions that we have learned. Okay, so you have the questions in your notebook. After watching this video, you can solve these questions on your own. It's very, very important that you try it from your behalf. Okay, yes. Now we are moving on to the next important topic, the trigonometric values. Trigonometric values, very, very, very important. You will have to know all this. Okay, so I'll write the trigonometric functions over on the left. Sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, sec theta, and tan theta. Then angle 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and what we have 90 degree. Yes. Now, how to easily look when you get the answer paper for your board exam, take the last page of your answer paper and just draw this rough figure. Okay, because we all get tensed or stressed while writing the exams, so the probability of making the values go wrong is totally high. Even though how much efficient you are in the values doesn't matter, it goes wrong at times. So when you're after writing the exam, when you recheck your answers, you can just cross check with the table and the values you wrote, so it will be very much beneficial for you. Okay, so now what to do is I'll give you a trick how to write these values. Now what all we have? We have 0. Just mark like this: 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now what to do? Just put a root for everyone: root 0, root 1, root 2, root 3 and root 4. Divide everything with 2. Divide everything with 2. Okay, now what is, look at the values now. What is root 0 by 2? It's anyway getting as 0. What is root 1 by 2? It is anyway getting as 1 by 2. Now what is root 2 by 2? Root 2 by 2 is what? Root 2 by 2 is actually root 2 by root 2 into root 2. Root 2 cancel, you are left with 1 by root 2. Okay, so 1 by root 2 is the value, you can get that. So there you can write 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 as it is. What is root 4 by 2? Root 4 is 2. So 2 by 2 you get it as 1. Okay, now to find cos theta, from extreme end you have to put the values like this. Okay, from extreme end you have to put the values, that is 1, root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2 and 0. Look how easily you can write the values now. Now how to do tan theta? Tan theta is what? Tan theta we have a formula, sin theta by cos theta, isn't it? Tan theta is what? Sin theta by cos theta. So sin theta 0, cos theta 1. So 0 by 1, 0. So now look at the 30 degree values. Sin 30, 1 by 2. Cos 30, root 3 by 2. If you look over here, 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2. Denominator 2 gets cancelled, root 2 gets cancelled. Look here, sin 30, 1 by 2, cos 30, root 3 by 2. 2 cancel, you are left with only 1 by root 3. So tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Now if you look at tan 45, sin 45 and cos 45, they are basically the same. So 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2 is what? Everything gets cancelled from numerator, denominator, getting the value as 1. Okay, now moving on to 60 degrees. Sin 60 is what? Root 3 by 2. Cos 60 is what? 1 by 2. Root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. What you are having at last? Root 3. Now looking at the 90 degree values. Sin 90 is what? 1. Cos 90 is what? 0. So 1 by 0 is what? Not defined. Okay, now moving on to cosec. You don't have to by heart the values of cosec. If you know the sine values, its reciprocal is cosec values, right? Sine values you know, its reciprocal is cosec values. Okay, so how would it be? Look, sine 0 is 0. So cos 0 is what? Not defined. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. Cos 30 is what? 1 by 2 reciprocal 2. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. So cos 45 is what? Root 2. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Cosec 60 is what? 2 by root 3. Sine 90 is 1. So cosec 90 is what? It is also 1. Similarly, you can find sec. How to find sec? Reciprocal of cos. So reciprocal of cos means what? Cos 0 degree is 1. So sec 0 degree is also 1. Now cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So its reciprocal is 2 by root 3. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Its reciprocal is root 2. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. Its reciprocal is 2. Then cos 90 is 0. Its reciprocal is not defined. In the same manner, okay, I'm blocking. Okay, sorry. Okay, so in the same manner, you can find cot also. Sorry, it's cot, not tan. Oh, my bad. Cot is reciprocal of tan, right? Cot is what? A reciprocal of tan. So how would it be? Cot, look here, tan 0. So cot 0 is not defined. Division with 0 is not defined, right? Now tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So cot 30 is root 3. Tan 45 is 1. So cot 45 is also 1. Then tan 60 is root 3. So cot 60 is 1 by root 3. Then tan 90 is not defined, so it will become 0. So this is how you find the values of trigonometry. It's very, 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 very important. Okay, so when you get the answer paper for your boards, on the last page you can draw this, so that it will be easy for you to cross check. Okay, so I hope everyone watching this video, my dear friends, is clear for you all. Now let's solve some questions. Yes, next we are going to do a question to understand the trigonometric ratios much more effectively. Okay, so we have a question over here. So my dear students, this is our first question. Yeah, given tan A equals 4 by 3, find the other trigonometric ratios of the angle A. So for us to find this, angle is defined with respect to which alphabet? Angle A, right? Tan is defined with respect to angle A. So what we have to do here is, angle A we take as the acute angle, angle B we take as the 90 degree, and angle C we take as the other acute angle. Okay, now here what is defined, everyone? Tan A equals 4 by 3 is what defined, right? Tan A equals 4 by 3. Tan A equals 4 by 3 means tan A is opposite by adjacent. So opposite of angle A is what? 4 represents. Adjacent of angle A is what? 3 represents, right? So opposite of angle A, I can take it as 4K. Adjacent of angle A, I can take it as 3K. So always keep in your mind, whenever you take the ratios 4 and 3 out of the fraction, okay, whenever you take the numbers 4 and 3 out of the fraction, you have to define it with respect to a variable. Okay, we learn in lower classes 4:3 means what? When you take the numbers, it becomes 4x and numbers becomes 3x. Such a scenario applies here also. So 4 by 3 means what? You have to take 4k and 3k. So what is 4k? 4k represents the opposite side, 3k represents the adjacent side. Now you do not know the hypotenuse, right? You do not know the hypotenuse. So to find the hypotenuse, my dear students, my dear friends, we have a formula. To find the hypotenuse, which formula we have? We have the Pythagoras property, yes or no? So what is Pythagoras property? Pythagoras property is as follows. Hypotenuse square equal to base square plus altitude square. Hypotenuse square equal to some outside sound you might be hearing, it's a car going by. Okay, so hypotenuse square equal to base square plus altitude square. So from here, what is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse you can write AC square, base you can write AB square, altitude you can write BC square. So what you have? AC square equal to 3k the whole square plus 4k the whole square. So AC square equal to what? 9k square plus 16k square, that is 25k square. AC is square root of 25k square. AC equals 5k. So some of my friends, you might write plus and minus 5k. Do not write negative 5k, because you have to keep in your mind that sides length will never be a negative number. Okay, now here, now what? We have to find the other trigonometric ratios. Okay, so first we are going to find what? Sine theta. Sine A is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Sine A equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So what is the opposite side, my dear friends? We got a hypotenuse is 5k. Do not forget. Opposite is 4k, hypotenuse 5k. 4k by 5. 4k by 5k you have 4 by 5. Now it's reciprocal. Cosec A, what you have? Cosec A you have what? Hypotenuse by opposite you have 5 by 4. cos A, what you have? A by h, adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent of theta is what? 3k by hypotenuse 5k, so 3 by 5. Ck, what you have? Ck you have reciprocal h by a, you have 5 by 3. Now tan A we are aware of, tan A is equal to 4 by 3, so cot A equal to adjacent by opposite, what you have? 3 by 4. That's it. So this is how you find the trigonometry ratios. But for board exams, it's rare. They won't ask you this type of simple questions, Cbse questions. Okay, so it's a very, very, very important question. So always keep in your mind whenever ratios are given, always keep in your mind whenever ratios are given, you have to take with respect to the variables k or x is fine. Okay, I hope everyone this particular question is very much clear. Okay, good. Now we'll do another question. Yes, it's an example 4 from, it's a question number 4 from your exercise 8.1. So here keep it in your mind, in the previous question, what was it? A trigonometric ratio gave you a fraction 4 by 3. Trigonometric ratio gave you a fraction 4 by 3. But in this question, my dear friends, yes, what is mentioned to you? "15 cot A equals 8. 15 cot A equals 8. Now, what is meant by 15 cot A? It is actually, keep it in your mind, my dear friends, 15 multiplied with cot A. Okay, so 15 multiplied with cot A. So multiplied by 15 when you shift towards other side, or you call it as transposing. When you shift to other side, it becomes divided by 15. Yes or no? Multiplied by 15. When you transpose, it becomes divided by 15. Basically, how it is being done is, 15 cot A means what? Cot A is equal to multiplied by 15 becomes divided by 15. So 8 division sign by 15 becomes multiplied by reciprocal 1 by 15. So 8 by 15. So what you have? Cot A equals 8 by 15. Actually, no need of these steps. Okay, you can directly write cot A is equal to 8 by 15. This is what you need to do. Okay, so cot A is equal to what did we do? 8 by 15. Now, like how we did the previous question, you need sine and sec. Yes or no? So always draw a right triangle. Now, what is the angle mentioned here? A. So you have to take the acute angle as A from the right triangle. So I have the right triangle. I call it as A, B, C. This is the angle that you are taking. Let's call theta. So now what? Cot A means what? Adjacent by opposite, right? Cot A equal to adjacent by opposite. So when you do that way, adjacent of A you take 8, opposite of A you take 15. So this becomes 8k. This becomes 15k. Now what, my dear friends? You have to find the hypotenuse AC. So AC square equal to, applying Pythagoras, AB square plus BC square. So what is AB square? You have 8k the whole square. BC square means what? 15k the whole square. So that is 64k square plus 225k square. So AC square equal to 289k square. AC is equal to what? Square root of 289k square. Now square root of 289, you all know what is square root of 289? What is it? 17, right? Yes. So AC you have 17k. So we have hypotenuse as 17k. Now what all we need? We need sine A. What's the formula for sine A? Sine A is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite of theta 15k, hypotenuse 17k. So 15 by 17. Now what? CK is what? CK is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Sorry, hypotenuse by adjacent. I was just testing you all. Hypotenuse by adjacent. Hypotenuse is what? 17. Adjacent is what? 8. So this is your answer. It's an easy question, and for boards you can expect this as a 1 mark question. This is how I put important. An X with 4 dots on the 4 sides represents important mark for me. So it's a 1 mark question. You can expect this as a 1 mark question for your board exam 2026. Yes. Now, yes, moving on to the next question. Yeah, this is a question similar to what we did right now, exactly similar to what we did. You guys can solve it out. Okay, you guys can solve it out, and yeah, if you want I can solve it for you, no issues in that. So be careful here. What you have to keep in your mind is, listen, 3 cot A equals 4 is what we have. 3 cot A equals 4. So my dear friends, 3 cot A equals 4 means it's actually 3 multiplied with cot A equals 4. 3 cot A equals 4 means what? 3 multiplied with cot A equals 4. So here, multiplied by cot A, multiplied by 3, when you shift towards right, it becomes divided by 3. You all have to know that. So that implies, how can I write? Cot A equals 4 by 3. What all you have? Cot A equals 4 by 3. Cot A equals 4 by 3 means what? Adjacent side 4, opposite side 3. Adjacent side 4 and opposite side 3. Now take the right triangle. Let's draw the right triangle together. You have a notebook, you have a pen, you have a scale, you have a pencil. This is all you need for this chapter. Okay, rubber tour. So this question you can get, sometimes you might get as 2 mark question. It's not compulsory, but questions of this pattern, 3 cot A equals 4, where we bring one of the coefficients towards right side. In board exam they do ask it. Students go wrong a lot of times these type of questions. Oh, it's hot over here. Oh my god, I'm sweating. Yeah, so I can't on the AC because the sound gets disturbed and you will not be having the best quality in the class. That's why. Okay, yes, so acute angle is what? A B C. So angle A we have here. Now what, everyone? Cot A equals 4 by 3, right? So how can I write? Adjacent is 4k. So this is 4k, opposite is 3k. This is 3k. So 4k, 3k. I need to find the hypotenuse. How do I find the hypotenuse? Keep in your mind, whenever in a right triangle, the problem you are solving is based on sides. Whenever in a right triangle, the problem you are solving is based on sides, you will have to use the Pythagoras property. Okay, so what is it? AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. AC square is equal to, what is AB square? 4k the whole square plus BC is what? 3k the whole square. So 16k square plus 9k square, what you have? 25k square. So AC is equal to square root of 25k square, that is 5k. So you have 5k over here. Okay, now in this question is all about tan, cos, sin. So let's find them now. So tan A is equal to what? Opposite by adjacent, right? Opposite by adjacent means 3 by 4. Yes. Now cos means what? Adjacent by hypotenuse, 4 by 5. Sin A means what? 3 by 5. Okay, now you have to show 1 minus tan square A by 1 plus tan square A. That implies 1 minus tan square A by 1 plus tan square A is your LHS. It's your LHS, right? So that implies 1 minus tan A is 3 by 4. So tan square A means what? 3 by 4 the whole square divided by 1 plus 3 by 4 the whole square. That implies 1 minus 9 by 16 whole divided by 1 plus 9 by 16. 1 minus 9 by 16 whole divided by 1 plus 9 by 16. Now what to do, everyone? Take LCM in numerator and denominator. Into 16 into 16 by 1 into 16 into 16. So what will you have over here? That is equal to 16 minus 9 whole divided by 16 divided by 16 plus 9 whole divided by 16. So here one thing keep in your mind. In numerator and denominator, if you have single fractions or fraction divided by another fraction, their denominator same means they get cancelled out. Okay, so here I repeat once again, in a division, numerator of fraction, denominator of fraction, these both fractions having same denominator means they get cancelled out. Okay, so 16 cancel. What you have? 16 minus 7 9 7 by 25. Now let's check with your RHS. RHS is what? Cos square minus sin square. So RHS is cos square A minus sin square A. So cos square A is what? 4 by 5 minus 3 by 5, right? So cos is 4 by 5. So 4 by 5 the whole square minus 3 by 5 the whole square. What you have? 16 by 25 minus 9 by 25, that is 7 by 25. So if you look over here, what happens? The LHS, the RHS both are same. So therefore LHS equals RHS, hence verified. So this is how you solve this type of questions. Yes. Next important question from a textbook based on trigonometry values is your example 6. So example 6 is as follows. In a triangle ABC, right angled at B, AB equals 5 and angle ACB equals 30. Determine the length of sides BC and AC. So this is a question that helps you to understand trigonometry values much clearly. Okay, so how to solve it? As I told you before in previous questions, when you get a question, draw the figure, because using the figure we try to evaluate what all we have to find. Yes or no? So here I have a right triangle. I have a right triangle at B, A, C. Okay, so here what all are given? Angle B 90, AB 5 centimeter, angle ACB. Angle ACB means what? This angle is given as 30 degree. Okay, so we have to know the values of BC and AC. Now listen here, everyone. Angle this is given. 30 degrees opposite side is also given. Okay, so if you want to find hypotenuse, opposite side and hypotenuse, what trigonometric ratio do we take here? Look here, 30 degree we have, 30 degree opposite we have 5 centimeter, and we have hypotenuse. How do we find the hypotenuse? We can find the hypotenuse AC using what? Sine 30, right? So sine 30 degree is equal to, what is it? Opposite AB divided by AC. Sine 30 is what? 1 by 2, which is equal to AB is what? 5 divided by AC is what? Do we know? No. So now what to do? Cross multiply. Sorry, yeah. We got a cross multiply. So 1 into AC, AC. 5 into 2, 10. So AC we have 10 centimeter. Okay, now how to find BC, everyone? Look here. We have the hypotenuse. We want the adjacent of 30 degree. Yes or no? We have the hypotenuse. We want the adjacent of 30 degree. So we can take cos. So how would that be here? Cos 30 degree is equal to BC by 10. Cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. equal to BC by 10. So when you cross multiply, 2 BC is equal to 10 root 3. Therefore BC equal to 10 root 3 divided by 2 1s are 2, 5s are 10. So BC equal to what you, oh I'm sorry, I'm covering it. Yeah, so BC is equal to what? Sorry, yeah. BC equal to what? BC equal to you have 5 root 3 centimeter. That's how you find. Okay, so is that very clear for all? So it's an easy question. You can also solve it on your own. Yes. Next, example 8. Very important question. It's a very important question. Okay, very important. So what is given in this question? Sine of a minus b is given as 1 by 2, right? Sine of a minus b is given, look, if you look at here, sine of a minus b is given as 1 by 2. If sine of a minus b is 1 by 2, sine of which angle gets you actually 1 by 2? That is how you find. Sine of a minus b equals 1 by 2 means sine of which angle you can take it as 1 by 2. Sine of which angle you can take it as 1 by 2? 30, right? Is it? Sine 30 is actually 1 by 2. So you can write sine 30 equals actually 1 by 2. So look here, you have sine 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So actually the value of a minus b is what? The actual value of a minus b you can get from here is 30 degree. Okay, so therefore you can take a minus b you can take a minus b equals 30 degree as equation number 1. Is it very clear for all? This one. Now you can look over here. Cos of a plus b is also given as 1 by 2. Cos of a plus b, if you look at here, cos of a plus b is given as 1 by 2. Now you have to look, cos of which angle is actually 1 by 2? Cos of which angle is actually 1 by 2? It's actually cos 60. Okay, that implies what can write? Cos 60 degree. A dog is barking outside, so do not get distracted. Cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2. Now if you look over here, a plus b equals 60 degree. From here you can say that implies a plus b equals 60 degree, right? A plus b equals 60 degree as equation number 2. What has been asked to find? The values of a and b, right? So a and b values, how can you find? In linear equation chapter we learned how can you find a and b values if you have two equations. Elimination method is the easiest. Do not go for substitution, always go with elimination. It's much easier, right? Okay, so that implies, my dear kids, what we have, a minus b equals 30, a plus b equals 60. Okay, so a minus b equals 30, a plus b you have 60 degree. So negative b, positive b cancels. So what you have, 2a equals 90, a equals 90 by 2. So a equals what you have, a equals what you have, 45 degree. So look here all, you're getting the value of a as 45 degree. Is it over? No. Put the a value in second equation. 1 also you can put it into second equation, means a plus b 60 degree. So a 45 plus b equals 60 degree. B equals what? 60 minus 45, b equals 15 degrees. So this is how you find questions of this type. Very easy question, but very important also. Well, the next important question is similar to what we did right now is the next question. Okay, now here, if tan of a plus b equals root 3 and tan of a minus b equals 1 by root 3, you have to find a and b values. That's a question. Actually, you can pause this video and try doing this question all by yourself. It's an easy question if you know the values table. Okay, so what? No need of right triangle here. Okay, so here how to do? You are given tan of a plus b equals root 3. So tan of which angle gets you root 3 value? Think. Tan of which angle gets you root 3 value? Which value, my dear students? Tan 60, right? Yes, exactly. So I can hear you saying tan 60 aloud. Okay, so tan of 60 degree gets you root 3 value. So that implies, look here, tan same, root 3 same. So a plus b becomes 60 degree, right? So that implies, what can write? A plus b equals 60 degree. Well, in the same manner, take equation number 1. In the same manner, you can write tan of a minus b equals 1 by root 3. Tan of a minus b equals 1 by root 3. So tan of which angle gets you 1 by root 3? Think. Yes, tan 30 degree, right? Therefore, tan 30 degree gets you 1 by root 3. Similar to what we did before. Tan and tan same. 1 by root 3 and 1 by root 3 also same. So what can you guys say over here? Therefore, a minus b equals 30 degree. Equation number 2. Now what's the next step, kids? I'm sorry, my dear friends. Yeah, so you can go with elimination method. A plus b and a minus b, go with elimination method. So a plus b equals 60. A minus b equals 30. Negative b, positive b cancels. What you have? 2a equal to 90 and a equal to 90 by 2. What you have? A equals 45 degrees. If you have a, find b. Put in equation number 1. So 45 plus b equals 60. B equal to 60 minus 45. You have 15 degrees. Yes. Look how simple it is. This is what trigonometry is. Not much difficult. The next important question you need to do is, and keep in your mind, you will have a 3-mark question from 3 or 2 mark, most probably 3-mark question from this topic. Okay, where the trigonometry values, ratios or values will be given, and you have to put their values and sort it out using simplification. Yes. So shall we solve it? Perfect. Now, for this, to maximize or to get the answer very fast, you have to know the values by heart. That is what requires. You have to solve this question within 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes. Okay, maximum 2 minutes you will have to solve. So shall we? Yes. Now here the time is 6:58. I'm shooting this on 6:50 at the time. Let's solve before 7. Let me see. So here, how is it? 5 into cos square 60. Yeah. So 5 into cos 60 is what? 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 the whole square plus 4 into sec square 30. Sec square 30 means, what is cos 30? Root 3 by 2. Sec 30 means 2 by root 3. So 2 by root 3 the whole square. Minus tan 45, 1, so 1 square. Whole divided by, what we have here? Sin square 30. Sin square 30 is what? 1 by 2 whole square. Cos square 30 is what? Root 3 by 2. What is cos square 30? Root 3 by 2 the whole square, right? So that I just forgot, that's why. That implies, what can you write? 5 into 1 by 4 plus 4 into 4 by 3 minus 1 whole divided by 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4. So that implies what? 5 by 4 plus 16 by 3 minus 1 by 1 whole divided by, what we have? 4 by 4. What we have? 4 by 4. That is same as 1. So denominator no need to express again. So denominator no need to express again. That is equal to, now what is it? Lower we went from outside. Plus 16 by 3 minus 1 by 1. So 4 and 3, what is the LCM of 4 and 3? 12, right? So multiply into 3 into 3 into 4 into 4 into 12 into 12. So that implies what we have. Oh, it's already 2 minutes past. So 15 plus 16 into 4, 64 minus 12 by 12. So what is it? 67 by 12 is your answer. No, that is your final answer. Yes. It's correct, right? What we did? Yes, it's perfect. Now the next question we have sine 30 plus tan 45 minus cosec 60 by sec 30 plus cos 60 plus cot 45. So for this question, for us to solve, what we have to do here is we have to find sine all the individual values and put it down in the fraction. Sine 30 is what? 1 by 2. Tan 45 is what? It is 1. So plus 1 plus minus cosec 60 is what? Sine 60 is reciprocal. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So cosec 60 will be 2 by root 3 whole divided by. Now what we have? Sec 30. Sec 30 is what? Cos 30 is reciprocal. Cos 30 is what? What is cos 30? Root 3 by 2. So root 3 by 2 is reciprocal. 2 by root 3 plus cos 60 is what? What is cos 60? 1 by 2. Cot 45 is 1. Now if you look at the numerator and denominator, look here. 2 and root 3. What is the LCM? 2 into root 3, right? So 2 root 3 is the LCM. So for 2 to become root 3 into root 3 into root 3. So for 1 to become root 3 is what? Into 2 root 3 into 2 root 3, right? I'll just enlarge it. For root 3 to become 2 root 3 into 2 into 2. Same in the denominator. Into 2 root 3 into 2 root 3 into root 3 into root 3 into 2 into 2. So that implies, now look at the numerator. 1 into root 3 root 3, 1 into 2 root 3 2 root 3, minus 2 into 2 minus 4. So we have root 3 plus 2 root 3 minus 4 whole divided by, what is it? It is actually 4 plus root 3, wait, this is our numerator, whole divided by 4 plus root 3 plus 2 root 3 whole divided by 2 root 3. Now if you look here, this is our numerator, this is our denominator. Both these numerators and denominators have a common term that can be cancelled out. So 2 root 3 gets cancelled out. So if 2 root 3 gets cancelled out, 2 root 3, 2 root 3. So what do you have here now? You'll have now root 3 plus 2 root 3, 3 root 3. So that implies 3 root 3 minus 4 divided by 3 root 3 plus 4. So the common mistake every student makes here is they just keep the answer as it is, but it's not, it's simplified completely, because in the denominator of this fraction we have an irrational term. So basically in class 9th number system we learned, if you have an irrational term in the denominator, you'll have to rationalize it first. Yes. So multiply with what? 3 root 3 minus 4, 3 root 3 minus 4. So that implies, what is it? 3 root 3 minus 4 the whole square divided by a plus b into a minus b, 3 root 3 the whole square minus 4 the whole square. So what you have here basically, that implies in the numerator of this, what is it? A minus b the whole square, right? So you can write as what? A the whole square minus 2 into 3 root 3 into 4 plus 4 the whole square divided by, what is 3 root 3 the whole square? 27 minus 16. So that implies what you have? 3 root 3 the whole square is what? 27. Yes or no? What is 3 root 3 whole square? 3 root 3 into 3 root 3. 3 3s are 9 root 3 into root 3, 3. 9 3s are 27. So that is 27 minus 4 2s are 8 3s are 24. 24 root 3 plus 16 whole divided by 27 minus 16 is 11. So in total we have what? 27 plus 16, you have 43. 43 minus 24 root 3 by 11 is your final answer. So basically this is how you solve this particular question. I hope it is very much clear for all. Is it completely visible? Oh no. So right now it should be perfect. Yes. Just copy this down. So this is a very important question from our trigonometry values. Okay. Now, next we are moving on to the identities topic. Yes. Next we are moving on to the identities topic. So in trigonometry identities, we have three main identities and two subparts for each identity. Okay. So we look into them in detail. The first identity you will have to learn is sine square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. So the first identity is sine square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. Now what we do here is we transpose cos square theta towards right. So what it becomes when you transpose, it becomes 1 minus cos square theta. Any change for sine square theta? No change. So sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. Now similar, sine square theta, if you change, what it becomes? It becomes 1 minus sine square theta, right? So that implies 1 minus sine square theta, left side cos square theta remains as it is. So this is your first main identities. Yes. Now the second identity you will have to learn is sec square theta minus tan square theta equals 1. Very important. What is it? Sec square theta minus tan square theta, you will get it as 1. That implies, now look here, this minus tan square theta, if I transpose, minus tan square theta, if I transpose, what does it become? It becomes sec square theta equals 1 plus tan square theta. Okay, it becomes sec square theta equals 1 plus tan square theta. Any doubt? No. Okay. Oh, I'm sweating. So next thing what you have to do is minus tan square theta you bring towards right, 1 you bring towards left. Okay, so minus tan square theta, when you shift, what does it become? It becomes tan square theta. 1 when you transpose, what does it become? Minus 1. So that is, yes, sec square theta minus 1. Yes, it becomes sec square theta minus 1. Yes everyone. Now what do we have? One more identity. What is it? Cosec square theta minus cot square theta equals 1. What is it? Cosec square theta minus cot square theta. The same step we did in the before identity. Minus cot square theta, when you shift, what does it become? Minus cot square theta becomes plus cot square theta. So that is equal to 1 plus cot square theta, where cosec square theta remains same. Now what you have to do is minus cot square theta you shift towards right, 1 you shift towards left. So what does it becomes? Minus cot square theta, when you shift, it becomes what does it become? It becomes plus cot square theta. And similarly, 1 when you shift towards left, it becomes what? Minus 1. That is cosec square theta minus 1. So basically these are your 9 identities you will have to learn. So when you get your answer paper for boards, onto the last page you will write the trigonometry values box, right? below that just mention all these 9 identities. Okay, it will be helpful for you. Yes, now moving on to the questions we can solve. Well, the next important question we are going to do is from our textbook 8.2, question number 4. The question is like this: sin 30 plus tan 45 minus cosec 60 whole divided by sec 30 plus cos 60 plus cot 45. So here what to do is you will have to know the values and substitute the values. Okay, so what we have over here, that implies we have sin 30 1 by 2, tan 45 1 minus cosec 60. To find cosec 60, just think about sin 60. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. So cosec 60 will be what? Its reciprocal 2 by root 3. So minus 2 by root 3 whole divided by sec 30. What is sec 30? Cos 30 is reciprocal, right? So cos 30 is what? Root 3 by 2. Sec 30 is what? 2 by root 3. Plus cos 60 is what? 1 by 2. Cot 45 1. Now what to do here is, look everyone, just have a look here. We can take LCM on our numerator. What is our numerator? Oh my god, I lost the page. Yes, the numerator is 1 by 2 plus 1 plus 2 by root 3. So you can take the LCM. So what is the LCM? 2 and root 3. So 2 root 3 is the LCM. So for 2 to become root 3 into root 3 into root 3. So for 1 becomes 2 root 3 into 2 root 3. Oh my god, I'll just write it once again. Yes, the next question we are going to learn is, prove that cos A minus sin A plus 1 whole divided by cos A plus sin A minus 1 equals cosec A plus cot A. Now if you all look over here, you can easily identify what cosec means. What? 1 by sin. Cot means what? Cos by sin. So throughout, what is it? It is whole divided by sin. Look here, it's almost similar to this question how we did. Exactly similar to this. Here we divided throughout with cos theta. Okay, and now in this question we are throughout dividing with sin theta. Okay, so how does that become? Look here, we'll take the RHS. RHS is what? Cos A minus sin A plus 1 whole divided by cos A plus sin A minus 1. Okay, now throughout we are dividing with sin theta. Divided by sin A implies what we have? Cos A by sin A minus sin A by sin A plus 1 by sin A whole divided by what is it? Cos A by sin A plus sin A by sin A minus 1 by sin A. Okay, now if you look over here, you can easily understand what is cos by sin. It is cot A. So that implies cot A minus 1 plus cosec A whole divided by cot A plus 1 minus cosec A. Now like we did the previous question, here what I'm going to do is, this 1 I can express it as how? Cosec square A minus cot square A. So that implies cot A plus cosec A minus what we have? Cosec square A minus cot square A whole divided by what is it? Cot A plus 1 minus cosec A. So that implies what we have? Cot A plus cosec A minus, now look at here, cosec square A minus cot square A, how can we write? A square minus B square, we can write A plus B into A minus B. So that implies cosec A plus cot A into cosec A minus cot A whole divided by what we have, whole divided by the same denominator, cot A plus 1 minus cosec A. Now if you look over here, cot A plus cosec A and cot A plus cosec A is common throughout. So cot A plus cosec A, I'm taking it as outside. So that implies what happens, cot A plus cosec A, if I take it becomes 1 minus, isn't it? This completely becomes 1, then minus what, bracket cosec minus cot, in bracket cosec A minus cot A, you close the bracket, whole divided by what you have, cot A plus 1 minus cosec A, cot A plus 1 minus cosec A. Is that clear for all? Now what to do? With this negative, you have to multiply every term inside the bracket. So that implies what you have, cot A plus cosec A into 1 minus cosec A plus cot A whole divided by what you have, cot A plus 1 minus cosec A. So what happens here, you have 1 minus cosec, cot and cot. So basically what happens, the denominator and the numerator gets cancelled and you have ultimately what, cot A plus cosec A. Is that what we need in the LHS? Yes, cot A plus cosec A. So the question is done. It's a very easy question if you understand the concept. Yes. Now it's another question. We have a root question. Okay. So to understand the root question, every time you have to keep in your mind, to understand the root question, always keep in your mind, multiply with denominators conjugate, you will get the answer. Most probably almost all the questions multiply with denominators conjugate. So that implies what you have, LHS you have root of 1 plus sin A by 1 minus sin A, isn't it? So that implies, how does it become? It becomes 1 plus sin A by 1 minus sin A. You have to multiply it 1 plus sin A, and here also 1 plus sin A. Okay, so that implies, how does it become? Root of 1 plus sin A the whole square divided by, in denominator it is what form? A plus B into A minus B. What is A plus B into A minus B? A square minus B square. Okay, do not disturb your numerator right now, I'll tell you. Okay, so that implies whole root of 1 plus sin A the whole square divided by, denominator is what, 1 minus sin square is what, cos square A, divided by what you have, cos square A. Now look here, inside the square root you have 2 squares for numerator and denominator, which gets cancelled. So ultimately what you have, 1 plus sin A by cos A. So that is 1 by cos A plus sin A by cos A. So 1 by cos A is what, ck plus tan A. That's it. That's your answer. Easy, right? So whenever you have root numbers, how would you solve root numbers? Multiply root terms, multiply with denominators conjugate. Most of the questions will get the answer. Okay. Yes. Next question. It has been frequent. This is a question from exercise 8.3, fourth sub question 8. Frequently asked question for your boards. It's a frequently asked question for your boards. So listen here. So what can we do here is sin A plus cos A the whole square plus cos A plus ck the whole square, right? So here what can we do? You can square this individually, right, using A plus B whole square. So in LHS what you have, A plus B whole square means what, sin square A plus 2 sin A into cosec A plus cosec square A plus, now the next term, cos A plus ck the whole square you can do, that is cos square A plus 2 cos A into sec A plus sec square A. So that implies, now look here, sin A and cosec A. Look, sin A into cosec A is 1 by sin. They get cancelled, isn't it? They get easily cancelled. And same way, cos A into sec is 1 by cos A. They both also gets cancelled. So basically these two terms, which all my dear friends, these two terms becomes just as 2 itself, right? And at the same time, what is sin square A plus cos square A? Sin square A plus cos square A, I can write it as 1. Okay, I'm writing that as 1. And 2 sin A cosec A, I can write it as 2, plus 2 cos A sec A, I can write that also as 2, plus what is left over, cosec square A and sec square A. So plus cosec square A plus sec square A. So that is equal to 2 plus 1 plus 2, 5. Cosec square A, how can I write in terms of cot? Because we want cot and tan in terms of that, isn't it? So cosec square A, I can write 1 plus cot square A. Sec square A, I can write 1 plus tan square A. So that is equal to 5 plus 1 plus 1, 7 plus cot square A plus tan square A is your final answer. So such an easy question, right? Very, very easy question. There is nothing much for you to solve here. So basically we are done with, we are done with trigonometry, one short revision from a textbook. So basically, if you know all this, you can easily score 7 marks out of your board exams. Okay, out of the 13, which another 6 marks, another 6 marks goes to the applications of trigonometry. Okay, which we'll be covering later in the coming days. So yes, now in the next video we'll be solving 10 important questions from your board exams. Okay, so yes, thank you my dear friends. Yes, the next important question from your textbook and example 12. Prove that sin theta minus cos theta plus 1 whole divided by sin theta plus cos theta minus 1 equals 1 by sec theta minus tan theta. So how to solve this question is, look at the RHS everyone. We have sec theta minus tan theta. Sec theta is what? 1 by cos theta. Tan is what? Sin theta by cos theta. So if you look at here, everywhere it is divided by cos theta. So that is a hint for you. That is a hint. So what should we do here is, every term on the LHS, both numerator and denominator, you will have to divide throughout with cos theta. Okay, so that implies, listen, I'll take the LHS. Sin theta minus cos theta divided by sin theta plus cos theta minus 1. So what I'm going to do here my dear friends, what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to divide each and every term with cos theta. Okay, so divide with cos theta implies sin theta by cos theta minus cos theta by cos theta plus 1 by cos theta whole divided by same, what is it, sin theta by cos theta plus cos theta by cos theta minus 1 by cos theta. So here sin by cos is what? You can rewrite it as tan theta. Then minus cos by cos is what? Minus 1. And 1 by cos is what? That is plus sec theta whole divided by you have tan theta plus 1 minus sec theta. Okay, so now you'll all get till here. Now what I'm gonna do is, listen, what I'm gonna do here is, the 1 in the numerator, I'll just highlight. Yeah, the 1 in the numerator, I'm gonna rewrite it as sec square theta minus tan square theta from our identity. What am I gonna do here? The 1 in the numerator, I will rewrite it as sec square theta minus tan square theta. Okay, so that implies, how is it? Tan theta plus sec theta minus sec square theta minus tan square theta whole divided by what is it, the denominator as it is, tan theta plus 1 minus sec theta. Now listen here everyone. Sec square theta minus tan square theta is what? Sec square theta minus tan square theta is actually a square minus b square, isn't it? Sec square minus tan square is actually a square minus b square. A square minus b square, how can I write? A plus b into a minus b. So that implies, what is it? Tan theta plus sec theta. Oh, the dog is howling outside. Minus sec theta plus tan theta into sec theta minus tan theta, which is whole divided by our denominator. Our denominator is what, my dear friends? It is actually tan theta plus 1 minus sec theta. Till here is it okay for all? Now listen. This term, tan theta plus sec theta, it is common throughout, right? Tan theta plus sec theta or sec theta plus tan theta, both are same. Since it's a common term, I will take it outside. Okay, tan theta plus sec theta, I will take it outside. So my dear friends, this will completely become what? It will completely become 1. Then what? This minus, I'm gonna put it down. Minus, what is left over now? Sec theta minus tan theta. Sec theta minus tan theta whole divided by what you have here? Tan theta plus 1 minus sec theta. Okay, now what to do? That implies, I'll open the bracket. Where will I open the bracket? Here. With minus, I'm going to multiply sec theta minus tan theta inside. So this whole will become tan theta plus sec theta into 1 minus sec theta plus tan theta, which is whole divided by tan theta plus 1 minus sec theta. Now if you look throughout, these two are actually or exactly the same, right? So they can be cancelled. I'll cut them both. Okay, so what does our answer turn to now? Tan theta plus sec theta. Tan theta plus sec theta. Okay, now we got, is that what we want here? No, we want 1 by sec theta minus tan theta. So now I'll take the RHS. Okay, I will take the RHS. 1 by sec theta minus tan theta. Always keep in your mind, you should know this. Sec theta plus tan theta is same as 1 by sec theta minus tan theta. Okay, sec theta plus tan theta and 1 by sec theta minus tan theta are exactly the same. How? Let us check it now. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm multiplying with their conjugate. Sec theta plus tan theta, and same way here, sec theta plus tan theta. So that implies your numerator becomes what? Sec theta plus tan theta whole divided by, what happens to the denominator? It becomes sec square theta minus tan square theta. That is sec theta plus tan theta divided by sec square theta minus tan square theta is what? 1. So we can write sec theta plus tan theta. So now look at here, the RHS and the LHS value both are exactly the same, my friends. So you can write, therefore LHS equals RHS. That's your answer. Is it very clear for all? Okay, it's a very important question from a board exam. So one thing you have to keep it in your mind is, look, sec minus tan, sec is 1 by cos, tan is sine by cos. So you identify everywhere denominator cos means you're dividing throughout numerator and denominator with cos. That's the hack. Yes. Next question, exercise 8.3, fourth question, sub question 3. Okay, write this down. You should have your notebook, you should have all this in your notebook, so that while you watch the video, try to solve it on your own. Well, the next question. Prove that tan theta by 1 minus cot theta equal to cot theta by 1 minus tan theta. So here, for us to solve this particular question, what we have to do is change every tan and cot into sine and cos terms. What is a big question? So listen here properly. So every tan and cot you'll have to change in terms of sine and cos. Okay, you will know what tan equal to sine by cos and cot equal to cos by sine, right? So that implies, how can I write here? I'll take the LHS. Sine theta by cos theta whole divided by 1 minus cos theta by sine theta. Okay, plus cos theta by sine theta divided by 1 minus sine theta by cos theta. Okay, so now what to do? Take the LCM in the denominator, divided by 1 into sine theta into sine theta into cos theta into cos theta. That implies what you have, sine theta by cos theta whole divided by sine theta minus cos theta divided by sine theta. This is your denominator, okay? Plus what you have here, cos theta by sine theta whole divided by cos theta minus sine theta divided by cos theta. Okay, so one thing you have to keep in your mind, my dear friends, is in the denominator, if you have a fraction, if you have a whole divided by form in the denominator, what happens? It is multiplied, the numerator is multiplied with denominator's reciprocal. The numerator is multiplied with denominator's reciprocal means that implies, how does it be? Sine theta by cos theta into it becomes what? Sine theta by sine theta minus cos theta. Okay, now what happens? Plus cos theta by sine theta into what happens next? Cos theta by cos theta minus sine theta. Okay, that implies multiply the numerators, sine theta and sine theta, you multiply sine square theta divided by what happens in denominator? Cos theta into sine theta minus cos theta plus cos square theta by sine theta into cos theta minus sine theta. Okay, now look here everyone, please listen here. These two terms, it's a special question, so listen. This question, sine theta minus cos theta and cos theta minus sine theta, sine theta minus cos theta and cos theta minus sine theta are what? Negatives of each other. Okay, so for that what do I have is, I take 1 by sine theta minus cos theta as common, which leaves behind sine square theta by cos theta plus cos square theta by sine theta, and there's a negative over here. Look here everyone, sine theta minus cos theta is taken common, so this becomes into 1 here, this becomes into negative 1, so that is why I put a negative over there. Okay, now what we do, we take the LCM in the denominator, which is inside the bracket. Now cos theta and sine theta, what happens? Sine theta cos theta is the the LCM. So here into sine theta, here into sine theta, here into cos theta, here into cos theta. So that implies what happens now? 1 by sine theta minus cos theta into, now what happens over here? Sine square theta and sine theta, when you multiply, what happens? It becomes sine cube theta. Now listen, the negative in the denominator goes to the numerator, the negative goes to the numerator. Okay, so it becomes minus minus cos cube theta divided by sin theta into cos theta. Now here you have to understand that sin cube theta minus cos cube theta. Sin cube theta minus cos cube theta is actually a cube minus b cube formula. What is a cube minus b cube? A minus b into, you all know, if you want I can write here. A cube minus b cube is actually a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. Okay, so that implies 1 by sin theta minus cos theta into, what is it, sin theta minus cos theta into sin square theta plus sin theta into cos theta plus cos square theta whole divided by sin theta cos theta. Okay, so that implies what happens, 1 by sin theta minus cos theta into, look here all, what happens within the bracket, sin square theta plus cos square theta, it becomes 1, and you need to know that, look here, sin theta minus cos theta and sin theta minus cos theta gets cancelled. That I'll do it now. Sin theta minus cos theta into 1 plus sin theta into cos theta, close the bracket, divided by what you have, sin theta into cos theta. Now here sin theta minus cos theta from numerator denominator gets cancelled, so you are left with only what, that implies 1 plus sin theta into cos theta whole divided by sin theta into cos theta. Now look here, this denominator is actually applicable for both these numerators, right? This denominator is applicable for both these numerators, so I can rewrite it as what, 1 by sin theta into cos theta plus sin theta into cos theta by sin theta into cos theta, which gets cancelled. And what is 1 by sin theta cos theta? 1 by sin is cosec theta, 1 by cos is sec theta plus 1. That's your RHS. And this is how you solve this very beautiful question. Okay, so it's a bit lengthy but very important. It's an important question from board exam point of view. Okay, yes. So all these notes I'll be sharing in the Telegram group. Okay, its link is given below in the description. Yes. Now, well, moving to the next question.